Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be part 2 of my favorite single dish to go over rice. Now if you haven't checked out my first video, I'll put the link in the description box below. Make sure you go and have a look. So today we are going to cook another very popular dish from China, originated from the Szechuan Province. It's numbing, it's spicy, extremely fragrant and packed full of flavor, and the sauce just goes so well with the rice. Have you guessed it? Alright, so the dish that we are going to cook today is called MaPo Tofu. You've probably already heard of it because it's a very popular dish, not only in China, but throughout the world as well. But today we are going to cook a toned down version, so it's not going to be as spicy and most of you will be able to handle it. So without anything further to do, let's go and have a look at the ingredients. Okay, for the ingredients, I've got some soft tofu, some pork mince. Now if you prefer, you can use beef mince as well. Szechuan peppercorn, spicy bean paste, garlic, fermented black bean, spring onion, and some corn starch. And on top of that, we are also going to add some light soy sauce, sesame oil, Chinese cooking wine, as well as a little bit of hot oil as well. Okay, so before we start cooking, we do need to do some prep because the actual dish will come together really quick. So I've already got some chopped garlic, some chopped black fermented beans. Make sure you do actually cut them because that will release a lot more of the fragrant flavor. Some chopped spring onion. And what we are going to do now is we're just going to marinate the pork mince. Now to marinate the pork mince, it's pretty simple. All we need to do is add a bit of salt, a bit of sugar, some white pepper, some light soy sauce, some Chinese cooking wine, and I'm gonna add a little bit of the spring onion to it. And then all we need to do is just mix it together. Alright, that's done. We'll leave that aside. And next we are going to cut the tofu into cubes. Just make sure that when you do take the tofu out from the packaging that you rinse it under water as well. So this is sort of the rough size that you want your tofu to be. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is that we are going to toughen up the tofu slightly. So just hot boiling water. Sprinkle a bit of salt. And just gently put your tofu in. Now this process will roughly take about 30 seconds to about a minute maximum, and then make sure when you do move the tofu, just use the back of the turner to move the tofu around. Alright, so 60 seconds is up. I'm going to remove the tofu now. Once again, just be gentle. Okay, we'll set that aside. Okay, because we're making a toned down version of this dish, all we're going to do is we're going to make a Szechuan peppercorn oil. So you won't get that numminess in the dish, but yet you still get the fragrance. Now, traditionally what you will do is you'll actually stir fry the Szechuan peppercorn as well as lots of dry chili to form your sauce base. So what we'll do now is medium heat, and we're going to put the Szechuan peppercorn in. And add some oil. Now when you're making the oil, just make sure that you don't overcook the Szechuan peppercorn because that will give you a bitterness taste in the oil. Okay, so probably will take you about a minute on medium heat, and then we are going to remove the Szechuan peppercorn. Okay, so wait for your wok to have a bit of smoke, and now we're going to add the oil, and we are going to cook the mince first. Add some Chinese cooking wine. add our garlic, spring onion, and just stir it for a couple of seconds until you get all the fragrance from the spring onion as well as the garlic, and then we'll add the fermented black beans. Now at this point you want to sort of just turn the heat down to medium because you don't want to overcook the fermented black beans. We're now going to add the spicy bean paste. Now if you're someone that is not very good at taking heat, that's pretty much all you need in terms of chili. Alright, now we're going to add some hot water. And we're going to turn up the heat. And now all we're going to do is just to season the soup base, and then we'll add the tofu in. So a bit of soy sauce. Some sugar. Some white pepper. And just a little bit of hot oil. Now just mix around to check if you're okay with the flavor. Alright, I'm quite happy with that. So tofu goes in. And that will take about 5 minutes to cook. Okay, so it's been a couple of minutes now. We're just going to finish off the dish by adding some cornstarch. Add a bit of water and just mix it around. Now when you do add the cornstarch, just turn the heat to low and then add it slowly. Leave it for a couple of seconds before you mix. Okay, now that's going to start to thicken up the sauce and really give a nice gloss to the dish. And we're going to add the rest of the cornstarch. Okay, so to finish off the dish, we're just going to drizzle a bit of sesame oil as well. And we are done. And just garnish it with a bit of spring onion. So there you go, another super simple but tasty dish for you to try. When you bite into it, you get the silky tofu and then bits of the mince, and then you get a burst of all the flavors from the fermented black beans, the onion, the garlic, which is extremely fragrant, and the sauce is just to die for. And all you need to do is just pour this all over your rice, and trust me, you cannot stop eating it. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and then if you are trying the dish out, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you all next week.